a lot of the stuff that you're going to see from a passport bros perspective is very, very, very manipulative, uh, scamming, and it takes away from the foundation of the movement, right? These quote unquote passport bros, like Mr. Jackson himself, take away from the foundation of what the passport bro movement is about, right? Uh, and a lot of people have. He's not the only one. It's an enormous amount of people that have taken away from the foundational definition of being a passport bro, and that's going overseas, finding a spouse, finding a partner, right? Giamo posted 20, more than that. Giamo posted 50 women, right? None of them over three, right? And he's calling himself a quote unquote passport bro, right? Let's say you like a three, right? Let's say you like an average looking woman, a below average looking woman, right? Why haven't you found the one yet? Right? And that goes to show you that, and I like the guy, he's funny, right? Pause, no homo. He's hilarious, right? He made me laugh quite a few times, but I would not consider him a representation of a passport bro or the movement itself, just like 30 other guys on YouTube, right? YouTube took his channel away, right? YouTube shot his channel down. YouTube deleted his channel, right? And I can assume why, right? I can assume it was because of the thumbnails, right? That's my assumption. But you also have to take into consideration, he puts a lot of OnlyFans links on his videos. Like every video that he has a OF link up there, right? So his intentions, right? His genuine intentions, Giamo Jackson's genuine intentions, it's not to help you find love. It's not to help you find relationship. It's not to give you a dose of what's in the DR or Colombia or Panama, or Costa Rica, any of those countries. It isn't to show you the lights, camera, action, the nightlife, the restaurants, the women, the dating scene, right? It isn't none of that. His sole intention is to sell you an OnlyFans. His sole intention is to sell you an OnlyFans link. He is the most, and there's a few, he is the most ungenuine passport bro out here in the YouTube space, and YouTube made the decision to get rid of him. Right? Like I said, was he funny? Yes. Did I have watched a lot of his videos? Yes. But I am neither surprised or shocked that YouTube made the decision to exit his page, right? Because the first video you want to see on this page is it may or may not have the woman that's in the thumbnail, but for sure it's going to have an OnlyFans link. It was just promotion, right? It was just promotion, right? And a lot of these YouTubers, I don't know if they know it or not, but they're next, right? So let's find some passport bros. Let's see if we can find some more. I'm just doing this right while I'm on screen. Black passport bro. Let's see if we can find some more ignorance within passport bros, right? Let's see if we can passport bros wake up call. Let's see if we can find some more ignorance. The assault on passport bros continues. Here's why. Hmm, I like that thumbnail. Let's see if we can find. We gotta be more specific. Let's be more specific. Passport bros Heartbreak Hotel. Man, that guy don't miss. He don't miss. Steph Curry with the shot. He don't miss. Passport. Let's keep code. Let's narrow it down a little bit, right? So there's some other passport bros that be having some craziness in their thumbnails too, right? Man, she kind of thick. Look old, but she kind of thick. I could go to their pages directly because I know who I'm talking about, right? But I'm trying to show y'all that I'm not intentionally going after someone's page to show the ignorance that they have on their thumbnails as well. Let's go. Uh, let's see if we can find one. Let's see if we can find one. They might have got one of them too. And I don't want to go to their page on camera because I don't want to throw no shots. I'm bad. I like that piece. I don't want to throw no shots. But there are a lot of other passport bros that follow Jermo's path, that have followed his path. I can't find them. They really got rid of them. I don't know. Maybe they changed them. I don't know. But there's other people that follow his path, and good thing for them. I can't find those pages. But they do exist. I've seen it with my own eyes. Other guys that had women in bikinis on their thumbnails, right? So we know that they're cracking down. So you need to thread accordingly, because you could. Who's that guy? You could be the next person that is lacking a YouTube page when you're trying to log in. Don't let it be you, right? Uh, just listen. The guy was funny. He was comical. He made me laugh. If you're having a bad day, you can watch some of his videos. But he isn't the definition of a passport. He is the definition of someone that does pay for play. He directly and indirectly was promoting pay for play. Giamo, respect to you, brother. No disrespect, but let's be honest. Those aren't the women that he was doing videos with were not his girlfriends. They were women that he paid. There was not even a secret. He was promoting paper play. And I don't never want to see a gentleman lose his channel, but YouTube got it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This breaking news, breaking news, breaking news. The man, the myth, the legend, right? Giamo, Mr. Jackson. His YouTube channel is no more, right? His YouTube channel is no more, right? And if you've been watching his videos like I have, right? I've watched quite a few of his videos. He knew this was coming. This was no surprise. And just to give you a backstory, right? Just to give you a backstory, right? I have uploaded images of thumbnails or thumbnail images of things similar to the things that he uploaded, right? I've done that, right? And I've received emails from YouTube 3 minutes later telling me that the image was removed because I was breaking this policy or that policy, or giving me warnings about some of the images that I have used as thumbnails, right? I've gone through this myself, right? So I know that if I've received notifications from YouTube regarding my images, I know for sure he has, right? And that is why he spoke about in some of his previous videos about the possibility of his channel being removed. It's no coincidence, right? It's no coincidence. He was warned. And with those warnings, he decided to disregard them and ignore them, right? It's almost like you go and do something and someone tells you not to do it, but they tell you there's consequence for it, but you do it anyway, right? That's Jim, right? And don't get me wrong, right? No disrespect to the guy, right? He was one of my favorite YouTubers to watch because I thought he was funny, right? He was hilarious, right? But with those thumbnails was a lot of clickbait, right? If we're calling a spade, I like the guy. He's cool, right? If we're calling a spade, a lot of those videos were clickbait, right? He'd have a thumbnail of a woman in a bikini or something, and that woman wasn't even be in a video, right? A lot of his videos was clickbait to get you to click on the video to give them views to I'm not sure what this dude's doing to see what he's talking about. A lot of his videos had nothing to do with the thumbnails in question, right? So it worked. Was it a tactic? Yes. Did it work? Yes. Did it work long? No. Right. So just FYI, if you're thinking about starting YouTube or you're thinking about following his path and using women in bikinis to get guys, because I'm sure it's mostly guys clicking on it, to click on your page, that's probably not going to last long. Sorry, I'm taking pre-workout before I go to the gym. Probably not going to last long, right? There's some other guys out here that have similar antics as Giamo, right? Maybe not 100% of his antics, but it's some guys that are giving him some close competition. But I'm sure they're not going to last long as well, right? I don't foresee their future on YouTube being long and being bright. Let's call a spade a spade. Right. But here's the thing, man. Here's the thing about a lot of these YouTubers that are funding their trips and adventures through YouTube and affiliated links, OnlyFans, whatever the case may be, right? Websites, blah blah blah. Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing. Here's the thing. If your source of income is coming from YouTube, if your source of income is coming from OF links, right? And your promotion, right, which is YouTube, is no longer, how are you going to make money? And this is why I know people say, oh, quit your job and do this, quit your job and do that. Listen, you should never have one source of income. Not one. And for individuals who do have one source of income and that one source being YouTube, and if that YouTube happens to go away, which I don't wish on anyone, if it goes away, you're going to be in a bad situation. So what is Jeremiah going to do now? Go back to the States, collect unemployment, find a job, create a new YouTube, and have to wait a gazillion years for it to get monetized, right? You're left with a lot less options than an individual who has a job and who's doing this part-time, right? YouTubers that are traveling to make content to get paid are at a disadvantage right now. They're looking in the mirror and they're like, man, maybe I need to redo my content. Maybe I need to find a different audience. Maybe I need to figure out how to make the same mistakes or not make the same mistakes that Mr. Giamo made, right? So I'm looking for his page right now. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. Let's check this out. Let's check it out. It's not here, right? It's not here. It's not. It's non-existent, right? And let's talk about something right now. Let's talk about something. This is an account that he had a few years ago, right? And you can tell this is no disrespect to the guy. I like the guy; he's cool, right? But you can tell this is one of his pages, right? Because the video quality, the thumbnail, the basic, the right, like he puts no effort into his thumbnails whatsoever. I'm not saying you should or you shouldn't,
in general,
but he puts no effort into them as no effort into them whatsoever, right? Uh, this was his previous page, right? The channel was removed because it violated our community guidelines. This was Jerome's previous page, and you're seeing with your own two eyes why his channel was removed. You're seeing with your own two eyes. I'm going to use this picture as a thumbnail. You're seeing with his own two eyes, right, why his channel was removed. It violated our community guidelines. He was warned, he disregarded those warnings, and now he has to pay the piper. But this was one of his channels, right? And he had his main channel link. I guess this was his secondary channel, whatever the case may be. Obviously, he hasn't posted anything up here in a while, but I'm gonna give you something, right? I'm gonna get the pause. I'm gonna give you some crucial information that's gonna help you be a better YouTuber, right? I'm gonna give you some crucial information to minimize any discouragement you had with traveling to the same place that he's been to. All right, now let's get this party started. If you go through his videos, right? If you go through his video, right, as we're doing now, right? and you're saying, hey man, I need to go to Puerto Plata, I want to go to Sosúa, Cabarete, Punta Cana, Santo Domingo, Santiago, Medellin, Cali, Cartagena, Bogota, Panama City. If you're going to his channel, or you've been to his channel and you said, hey man, I want to go to one of these places, let me see what the girls look like. If you go to his channel and you're using the women that he's posted as a sprinkle of the potential that's over there, you're wrong. And I've said this in another video, and I want to say this again. The majority of the women that are being posted by black YouTubers, black passport bros are trash. Right? Let's call a spade a spade. All right, so let's look at this. I'd give her, I'd give her,
It was a
I'd give her a -3, right? A -3, right? I'm just gonna be honest with y'all. The one on the right, nah, -2, right? She has a beautiful smile. I'll give her that. She has a cute little smile on. Can't even lie. Has a decent body. I'll give her a 2, right? Ain't nothing I'd chase. Ain't nothing I'd swipe right on Tinder or Bumble. Ain't nothing I'd go after on the streets, right? Uh, ah, she gotta let her hand down so I can see. I'm gonna give her a 2. Right, I'm gonna give her a 2. She looks cute in this thumbnail. It's the pose though. You gotta stand up straight, right? These poses be deceiving. I'd give her a 2.5. Let's get down to trash. Trash. This is trash. Let's be honest. Let's call a spade a spade. This is trash. Negative numbers, like -5. What is this? Is this a dude? I don't know. Negative, -5, -5, negative, trash, trash. Listen, I'm going to say this a gazillion times. The majority of the women being posted by YouTubers are trash. Let's call a spade a spade. The truth could never be considered disrespect. The majority of the women being posted by black YouTubers are trash. If you're thinking about going to Sasua and you get to his page through some type of YouTube search function and you see this, you're like, man, I'm not going to Sasua. I'm going to Colombia. This isn't a representation of the quality of woman that Sasua has to offer. It's not. It's not. This is not a representation of the quality of woman that Sasua has to offer. It's not. Oh, let's keep going. Trash, face trash, trash, trash. Could be 2 dudes right here. I don't know, right? I don't know. Could be 2 dudes right here. Could be. Could be. I don't know. I don't know. Trash. Could be a dude. Listen, I'm not trying to put this bad juju on that brother, but I really don't know. I really don't know what that is. I really don't know. I really don't know. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Listen, guys, I'm going to continue saying this. A lot of the men in the passport bro community are going overseas and getting the bottom of the barrel. A lot of the men in the passport bro community are going overseas and getting the bottom of the barrel. The bottom of the barrel. Listen, I don't really care what someone does in their personal time, right? It has literally nothing to do with me. But I would not be promoting, I would not be promoting this. There is no way on earth that I would upload a video with this woman in it or take a picture with this woman in it and put it on my YouTube or Instagram or TikTok. There's no way. Let's say I just took one for the team, right? The team being me, right? One man team, right? There is no way that I would have any proof that her and I ever spent any time together. Listen, I'm not going at this gentleman, man. I respect his work, right? He's a funny guy, right? But there's no way on earth that I would be posting that. And I'm gonna be honest. Listen, I'm not trying to go at this dude. This isn't necessarily about him per se, but he posts, and a lot of the guys do it. Most of the guys do it, honestly. If you look at a lot of these YouTubers, a lot of these password roles, a lot of them are posting trash. And I've said this, and I'll continue to say it, and I'll say this. A lot of them are posting trash, man. It's not as bad as what this gentleman be posting, but it's still trash. It's nothing that I would find myself inclined to talk to. There's no one that I would find myself inclined to get into know. Trash. All right, so my suggestion for those starting YouTubes, right, trying to get into the YouTube space, don't make the same mistake that he made, because as I said in the beginning, YouTube's going to give you warnings, right? They're going to send you emails, right? They have this AI, whatever they have going on, these automated scripts that's looking for stuff like this, right? That's looking for explicit stuff, right? And they're gonna give you warnings, and after so many warnings, they're just going to delete your page. And he knew this was going to be deleted because he talked about it in videos. What if my channel is this might happen? How do you know it might happen? It's because they told you and you disregarded uh, those emails. You thought that they was just blowing smoke, and now here we are. All right, let's be honest with each other, guys and gals. There are children on YouTube. Of course, parents can set up 18 and plus stuff, right? But that also means that you'd have to set your video to 18 and plus, right? And I don't always set my video to 18 and plus, right? Granted, a child shouldn't be looking for a sewer in Puerto Plata and Colombia and DR, but you have to understand something from a YouTube's perspective. This isn't OnlyFans, right? YouTube is not trying to promote thumbnails that look like this. This isn't YouTube's audience. Like, I know YouTube has some of everything. There's the variety of videos that you can upload. I've seen a guy shooting monkeys and some it's all sorts of crazy, it's war videos, it's all sorts of crazy stuff on YouTube, right? But this isn't exactly what YouTube is trying to promote, right? And some people can say, hey, the gun stuff, the war stuff, that's going to be on YouTube. But hey, that's debatable. That's debatable, right? A lot of those channels are monetized. A lot of those channels have checks. A lot of those channels get views. So YouTube might give them a pass, or might not be in their terms of service, right? There might not be a rule in their agreement where it's like no guns on YouTube, because there's obviously a lot of them. But I'm pretty sure there has to be something, right, in their rules with regarding pages and uploads and stuff along those lines that talks about this. This is the first thing. Listen, this is it's almost like he gets you to click on a video with these fancy thumbnails, and the first thing you see is, oh well. It's like, are you genuinely trying to impact or influence or promote Sasur or Puerto Plata? Or are you genuinely trying to influence, impact, or influence your OnlyFans subscribers? I don't know. I really do not know, guys. I really don't know. And like I said, I like the guy. He was cool. Right? Didn't have a problem with it whatsoever. Cool brother. Right? Funny. Right? But if you've been following him for some time, you also know that he did a lot of clickbait. You click on a video like this, and there'll be no woman in the video. You click on a video like this with this thumbnail, and it'll just be him walking around talking. If anything, YouTube should have took his channel for clickbaiting us, right? If anything, they should have took his channel for clickbaiting us, right? But I'll say this: if you're looking to go to any of these places, man, Futuro, Puerto Plata, Santo Domingo, Cabarete, Santiago, wherever you're looking to go to, and you come across this gentleman's page, do not use that as a pool, right? Do not use that as a test pool. Because trust me when I say this, right? From someone that married a Dominican, right? From someone that's going to the DR in the very, very near future, the women look better than what you see in this photo, right? The women look better than what you see in this photo. Don't let this photo discourage you, right? Don't let this photo discourage you, right? So with the recent news over the past few weeks, the passport bro community have been they have had a negative light shined on them, from Floyd to some of these other clowns that are going overseas and getting themselves into stuff that's unimaginable, right? Unimaginable, right? So I don't feel like YouTube is cracking down on passport bros, right? Because there's a lot of people that claim the title of passport bros, right? No, I just feel they're cracking down on the nonsense and the ignorance, excuse me, that passport bros are bringing to social media, right? If you don't like it, cool. There are other platforms you can use, right? You can create your own platform similar to YouTube. But if we're being honest, there's not a lot of positivity coming out of the community. There really isn't. If we're being honest, there's zero positivity coming out of the passport football community. All of it is negative nonsense. The truth can never be considered disrespect. But Giamo Jackson, his page, RIP, right? I'm sure he'll be back, right? Because obviously, he's trying to promote his page and his OF, and I'm gonna assume he needs the money. But RIP to this cat, man. This cat's page specifically, RIP. I wish him the best, man. But I mean, he was kind of asking for it, man. He got warnings, and he was kind of asking for it. If anything, if I feel his page should have been deleted for anything, I feel his page should have been deleted for posting these ugly women. The women should have been enough for YouTube to be like, bro, if you gonna post this trash, man, we're gonna get rid of your